Association, the salary comparison?
They come out every 2 years, so
Right, the last one was
2012,
2014,
no,
wasn't it?
must be 14, but it's all electronic now.
Yeah, I haven't seen, I saw the 2012 one. It'd just be nice to know what the other towns are going
For their
for
treasurers,
treasurer, or actually no, for everything for that matter, so we can,
okay,
so. Long story short, she's looking for a raise.
Yep.
In essence, doubling her salary.
yeah, she is actually at,
She's an elected official.
yeah,
Right.
I put that,
Yeah, she's at 55,
Drafts,
70,
yeah.
55,570,
that's with
57.
the .8,
That's with the planning.
yeah,
So that would be the increase for
Mm.
2016.
yeah.
When's her term up? Mm-hmm.
She said she's gonna live 2 years.
Yeah, I think she just got re-elected.
She just
ran last year. Yeah, in the past election.
Because I remember that discussion about a year or so ago that we were gonna not raise any elected salaries until they're up for election, so that way it's fair to everybody.
Right.
That may be running, that they know what the salary is right up front.
Yep.
So that would be contrary to our
So what is it that you wanna do? You wanna wait until they win an election
No.
and
No,
then
no.
they visit?
No,
For
for
a new
example,
person in on
Like for
board?
example, she was up for election this coming 2016
Yeah.
in March.
Yep,
This would be the time that we would look at the salary and whatever the amount is that the board agrees to. It would be, that way be published so everybody knows that's running for that particular position, whether it's one person or,
Yeah, you know
or
what,
10,
you know what you're running for.
we're running
okay,
for.
okay.
Um,
So the position will continue to increase in salary even if you're brand new to that position. So
not
someone who has
necessarily.
25 years experience who
No,
brought,
elected officials don't go by experience.
No,
No.
years,
no, so
But,
it doesn't matter.
Rethinking that,
mhm.
I agreed with what we were talking about. But it's really not up to us to change their salary.
Mm.
It's up to the town.
Um,
So I wouldn't object to writing a warrant article asking the town if they're in favor of increasing our salary.
That's a good way to do it.
Yeah. I mean, legally, the only ones we have to do that with is the tax collector and the town clerk. Every other elected official, legally, we can set their salary. That aside, I'm not saying I disagree with you, I'm just saying that's just for the record, that's the legalities of it.
Well, I'm not sure.
Now, why is it we can only do
Because there's a specific, it's in an RSA.
RSA,
For the town clerk and the tax collector that.
but there isn't one that covers the treasurer?
Nope, that's one of the things that you get in the training from the municipal association. You know, we can set everybody else's salaries and stuff like that.
How about our own?
Yes.
Okay. Need a motion.
I think they might amend that one on the floor.
Yeah, maybe.
So, but I mean, like I said, that all being said, I mean, this is a little bit of a different thing, cause if we're changing her job,
Yeah, her job, well, the
She-
job is changing, I mean, there's no
Right.
question there, I mean, I agree.
so,
She's
a
been
warrant
asked.
article maybe, the way to go, and let her plead the case.
Yeah,
Exactly, let
Yeah.
her plead a case.
yeah,
And I think she has a good case. I
Yeah.
mean,
yeah, I don't disagree,
Yep.
but let the voters decide.
I make a motion that we, have Lean craft a warrant article asking the town if they're in favor of increasing the tax collector, no, not the tax collector,
Town treasurer.
the town treasurer's salary from whatever it is now to 10,000. What is it now?
No, there are no,
5,500.
there are no benefits with that job, right?
No,
It's just the
From-
paycheck.
$5,557.73. And just for the audience's information, is she came to us, we've asked her to do more work than she's been doing. The town office used to reconcile, and it would take you at least a day every month, right? To reconcile. And then we've asked her to change her accounting from quickens the BMSI,
Mhm.
so she's gonna have to,
Learn that.
Right.
and she, I agree with it, it's gonna take her a lot more time, even after she's learned it. So, that's my motion.
I'll second it.
Any discussion?
I think we've kinda had it,
Yeah.
yeah.
Alright then, all in favor?
Aye.
Speaking of town treasurer, I know in the investment policy, it's in the part of the policy that she reports to us, I think, at least on a monthly basis.
Mhm.
We haven't seen any of those reports or anything of that nature on the investments. I mean, and that's all part and parcel of her job description through the RSA, the investment policy. If she could start doing that, that'd be great.
The
Also-
investment portion of her
These-
responsibilities.
Yeah, the investment policy,
Yeah.
basically, it revolves around mostly her position as town
Right.
treasurer.
Yep, yep,
And I think in there is, a monthly report to the selectmen on the investments and all that sort of thing.
yep,
We should be following our own policy since we set it,
okay.
maybe, probably come in January. So, alrighty, general business after that. Alright, let's get moving on this thing here. Town of Bow, basically we have a letter from Town of Bow to the fire chief regarding the ambulance billing service.
Mhm.
And he wants the board to accept it. Basically, it's for the intercept. If you read the whole thing, basically it's the same contract we had with, is it Concord or?
Concord,
Yeah,
yep.
it's Concord. And it's for $550 within 30 days for every intercept that they do. So, by all means,
What is an intercept, what does that mean?
means they meet them and pick up the passenger
Oh.
out of the ambulance.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if they're doing a transfer.
Right, so that way they're not going all the way into
Gotcha.
Concord or, they'll pick them up and pick, cause Bo has, probably paramedics, we've got EMTs, so if it's somebody that's in serious condition. They provide, a higher level of support for somebody.
Yep. Trauma. Got it.
John said that this has been going on for, the language has been part of the intercept for a lot of years.
Yeah.
The rates have been the same, pretty much, but the form has been revised to include a motion of the board. So in the past, John's just automatically signed it because
Yeah.
it's his fire department working with the
Yep.
neighboring town, but now they wanna hear the
Got
board
Yeah.
acknowledge that we're getting into this agreement with them and that you make a motion to.
Well, I think it's a multi-year contract too.
Yes,
In
that's right.
essence, so we got a boatload of multi-year contracts, so we
I've
need
got
to
a
take,
spreadsheet already started.
thank you.
Mhm.
But, we need to make sure however we do this in the budget, the town report, that it's documented,
Yeah, you already told me that.
so we don't
Okay,
get ourselves in trouble.
I'm not sure how I'm gonna figure that out, but,
You don't have to sign this, all you gotta do is
no, just make a motion.
Make a motion?
I'll make a motion that we agree to the intercept contract with the town of Bow for the fire department. Right, it is town of Bow.
Yeah.
Fire department, okay.
A second.
Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Just for the record, it goes through 2016, I think I gave you a copy.
18.
18?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, yes, 18. It's on the first page. And then on that.
Yeah, it says it right here.
Representing to this agreement was given by a vote of, I'm gonna say the board of selectmen. December 2015. Alrighty, we've got a notice from Mitchell Municipal Group, our town attorneys, that they're, bringing their associate Stephen Whitley, who helped us with the Kelsey Road stuff, to become a member of the firm. But more importantly, they're raising their prices. As of January 1st, Walter Mitchell is 210, I assume it's an hour. Jay Whitelaw is 195, Laura Spector Morgan is 195, and Stephen Whitley is 180 an hour, so,
So we wanna talk with Steven
yeah.
a lot.
Read my mind, I
Yeah.
was thinking that.
Yeah, when we call up there. Hmm.
So, whenever possible, we'll see if we can talk to Stephen.
Yeah, well, sometimes depending on what the.
Yeah, I understand, I
Absolutely.
know, Tim, it depends on what you're doing.
Yeah, not
Yeah,
an
you
HA
get a different
specialty.
level of expertise, no, I know that.
But the nice thing is when he's bouncing stuff off of them, it shouldn't be costing us
It
anything.
shouldn't be, correct.
While you sign that, we also have Primex as the membership agreement. We have, two of them,
2 copies.
two copies, one for us, one for them.
Yep.
And we also have a property and liability program that gives us the reduction.
Yep.
To sign.
You sign it before the end of the year, and then we will receive an additional 10%.
I would say we don't need to have a motion because we've already made the motion to accept the bids
You
and
know,
everything, so.
I'm just wondering about this letter for a minute. If he's joining the firm, he's an associate, but he's joining the firm as of January 1. What is he
Oh, he's
paying?
a member, well, he's an associate, I mean, he just works for him. No, he becomes like a partner, like he's part of the,
So he's like,
Like a partner.
yeah, like
Well,
he's
he's not
part
really
owner or something.
no,
Paid
he's
money
an
to get in.
okay.
So, are we all good with me to sign these, because we already made the motion to accept the bids and
Yeah.
everything? Okay.
I just have one other item before we go into non-public.
Go right ahead, I can
You-
write and talk.
You had brought up today that you have a schedule to get the tree down, and you're saying it's the
24th is what,
which is Christmas Eve.
yes ma'am.
And, I had spoken to the 2 employees that were gonna be working in the office on Christmas Eve, asking them if they had any desire to leave early or do anything, take comp time,
Yeah,
or.
yeah.
Because the tax collector is closed, town clerk is closed, it's Allison's regular day off, I'm taking a vacation day, so that leaves Steve and Joe Marie. And Joe Marie said if we wanna close the office early, she has no problems with not only working 4 hours.
Yeah, sure.
Steve does have a little bit of comp time that he's accumulated, he said be willing to leave early, I think it would only be like a 2 o'clock leave.
Yeah, I don't know what time they're coming though.
But then he brought up, do you think they're gonna wanna do cutting a tree late in the day?
No, I hope not, I'm hoping they're
So-
doing it in the morning.
Brian
But I
brought
don't
up the
know
fact that is it safe for Steve to be working in this office if something should go
No.
wrong with the tree?
No,
So
I wouldn't.
how do you wanna
Can he
handle
work
that then?
down the other end?
He does work on a shared drive, so he could.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend that anybody be in this end of the building when they're craning things over the roof.
I'm sure Judy won't be here, and
No, she's not,
No,
she
she's
already
not
told
gonna
me,
be.
I have to post that she's,
Yeah.
I mean,
she's
he has
here
to
at
come down
night.
and grab something quick and then head out.
Yeah,
I'm sure,
yeah, but I wouldn't
Okay.
sit in that office space, God
Okay.
forbid a branch, gets away.
Okay, so you okay with we closing the office at 2 o'clock,
I'm fine, yeah, on Christmas Eve, yeah.
Christmas Eve?
Yeah.
And then ask Steve to work from the other office.
Just ask them to work on the other end,
Yeah, you can work at the welfare
Yeah, they
station.
should park on the other side more, and
Yeah.
then so,
Yeah, okay,
yeah. Yeah, I'd hate to wreck somebody's Christmas with a tree branch, it wouldn't be good.
Yeah, I was either.
Yeah, it would kinda throw a
okay.
curveball.
So we'll close at 2 p.m. and we'll put the notice out that we'll be doing that, and I'll make sure
Yeah.
he works on the other side.
Yeah.
And the last item I have to discuss with the board is, non-public per RSA 91A 3(2)B, which pertains to hiring of any person as a public employee.
So, you're good.
I'm good with all my other items.
Consume the time, I'm good as well. Anybody else have anything?
I got one. I took it as an action last week to call the, architects.
Yeah, I thought I saw an email on that.
You did. I only had one guy respond to me.
like $500, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was $100 an hour to meet with us to, kinda talk about what it is we're looking to do, and then $500 to put together, the RFP.
So what she was to get out of it's probably about $600.
I'm thinking $600-700. So, that was from, JRTAA, let's try that one more time, JRT AIA Architects.
J.
Yeah, see, you're having trouble too.
JRT. Is that Jerry Chimpy?
Yeah, Jerry Tepe,
Yeah.
and he's out of, Hopkinton.
Send that one, keep this one, cause I goofed on doing that one, so it's our copy.
Okay.
So,
Please.
the other guy I called was Dennis Myers, cause I figured, they probably made boatloads of money off of Dunbarton through the years and could probably peel this thing right off, but hasn't called me back.
They probably get the bowels on uproar over the fact that they didn't pass the
Well, no, they do,
bond.
to Lean's point, they know that, or whoever was mentioning, Ted was mentioning about the RFP, they only got one bid on $1.5 million because, it's been appropriated or talked about many times, so apparently they wanna get involved with us, I don't know. Making an assumption there, but I haven't heard back from them.
So are you looking for us to either say go for it or not?
Yeah, I would say do it, that's
That's-
my
would be a
recommendation, I
good
would
investment.
say that we ought to probably do it. And I would, invite this guy to our next selectmen's meeting to meet with us, to understand what it is we want.
Oh yeah, $100 an hour, you gotta be meeting on our time.
Oh, yeah, and then, there's only Hopkins, it's just around the corner. And, you can meet with us for an hour or less, and we can make sure he understands what it is we want, I think I described it pretty good to him. But, it would be maybe a good idea, he'd already spoke with Trexel, so Trexel has given him a heads up. So he has an idea from talking to Jeff, and, I don't know if he has any of our documentation, because I didn't send him anything unless
They
Jeff.
were on the website under RFP,
Were they?
I can send,
Yeah,
I can
they-
scan, so it wouldn't be a
Well, I
problem.
mean,
Yeah.
does he want it or does he want to
No,
start
he didn't
fresh?
ask for anything, he didn't say that he wanted it, but, I haven't sent him anything, but like I say, he's talked to Jeff, so
I mean,
he
well,
had an understanding.
I probably wouldn't send him anything until, if we accept this, make a motion and it passes, that's great. But until we talk to him, I
Yeah.
wouldn't send him anything until he
I-
either wants it,
Right.
so that, we don't color his
Yep.
perception
Yep.
before he gets here.
Not biased anymore.
So that way, if he wants it, then we can get to him after the fact.
Yep.
This is probably the quickest way to get this thing done and out of our hair.
Well, yeah, cause I'm afraid we're just gonna keep kicking it.
When do you wanna get him here?
7 January,
Yeah.
Right now I have a pretty full agenda, so
what's on the agenda?
we have Brett St. Clair who wants to talk to the board about farm conservation project, Stone Farm.
Oh, yeah, I saw
conservation
that,
project.
they got money.
Yep, and
A lot of
then
it.
I have building, planning and zoning budget, fire department budget, town clerk budget, and then,
On the 7th, that shows maybe the last one, like the 17th.
no,
No, it's 7th.
no. And then I added CP,
Alright,
no,
so why don't
CIP warrants.
we put him off another week then, to the following.
It would be nice to get some information or the bids in before the town meeting, but we're right in the middle of our budget discussion, so
Yeah.
unless you guys wanna stick around every Thursday night till 11, we may have to do a couple of workshops.
Workshops,
I'm good with workshops.
yeah, me too.
So
Cause then we're just focused on one thing.
I mean, how long do you think you need to talk to him?
Less than an hour.
I would say, yeah. Cause he's talked to Trexler, as I understand it, he's talked to you and he explained pretty well,
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna take much,
yeah.
I don't. I told him we want help picking out the material, not so much picking out the contractor, but the manufacturer spec around the material and put an RFP together. And I'm sure, take hours and, I would hope he'd take hours anyway, kinda meld the material portion of it into it. And then if we can get recommendations from the manufacturer on preferred installers, then, working with him, we would get there. That's my hope.
Maybe squeeze him in on January 7th?
I just don't get it going and get it moving, if we can put something off, so
Gotta
that's,
put him on first.
Yeah, better put them on first.
Well, I'll put
yeah.
Brett St. Clair on first, cause it'll take 10 minutes, and then I'll
Mhm.
bump down the, department budget discussion.
well, I think that it says have a
Oh,
draft
no,
start
if he's
early.
$100, if he's being paid to be here.
That's what I mean, he's
first?
being
Yeah.
paid
Okay, alright,
twice first.
alright, got it.
Yeah.
Well, I just, throw this out there, can we start a half hour earlier? Would anybody be objected to
On
that?
the 7th?
Yeah,
I don't know,
Be
I don't know, I
6:30.
can't promise I can get here, that's the only thing.
yeah, so just, why?
My ride sucks.
Mhm. Yeah.
I mean, I don't mind starting early, but I'll come through the door. Cause I'm usually here by 6:30,
Mhm.
but I just can't always promise that.
Right.
Yeah, why don't we start early?
Wanna do 6:45, you said you won't think it's gonna
No,
take
6:30 is okay. I'll make sure to make it.
You okay with that?
If
Well-
not, if not, I'll be a minute late.
And his name is on that email that
Yep,
you sent us?
Yep, yeah, I forwarded you the
Well,
email.
Yeah.
I mean,
I have it right
sounds
here.
like we've already got them on the docket, but we haven't even made a motion yet.
Okay.
This
Didn't we do that once before? I think we did, get ahead of ourselves.
Yes.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we, invite Jerry to, the next meeting to discuss, helping us put together an RFP for the roof on the, town hall.
Since when do we need to make a motion to invite somebody?
Well, we're gonna be spending money, cause if we invite him, we're paying
Yeah,
him,
we're
so we
paying
gotta
him.
spend money, we need to, take and have a motion to take and, whether we're gonna spend it or not. Anything of that nature, cause we're talking, you know. I'll second it. Any discussion?
Good.
All those in favor?
Uh,
Aye.
Mm.
So,
6:30.
6:30, yeah.
It's,
You may wanna send out a reminder the day before,
I don't know.
or that day.
Yep.
I usually check my emails right before I come here, so if it's actually on, it'll be good.
So from now on, when we invite the lawyer to come and talk to us, we'll have to make a motion?
You could,
We've never done it before.
right, but I
I
mean,
think it's the prerogative of the
But we have-
selectmen.
but we
If
have
we're
a-
all in agreement.
well, the town attorney is, you know, legal and such, they're on contract, this is something that's outside the scope of our normal everyday business.
Well, this
I think
is
it's just
an
the
expense
right thing
that
to do.
comes out of the warrant article?
Technically it would.
yeah, technically it could, yeah.
Okay, let's move on.
Okay, let's do that.
Do you have anything for the good of the group?
Yeah, I'm good, yeah. I just had that one item.
Alright, start down the line, Bob?
Okay, I do have one thing, cause I got a few phone calls questioning me on it, and unfortunately, we don't get to see the minutes
Mhm.
till after you approve them and they're on the webpage. But I want a correction to those minutes as far as my statement. It says in the minutes that I, as a taxpayer, would support a web page, and the actual dissertation I gave that night was, as a taxpayer, I see more of a need with satisfying the departments that have needs than a new web page, and especially when the presenter came in and told us that our web page is adequate and isn't that bad, but this would enhance everything. So I just want to go on record that I never said, certainly I don't have a problem with paying a little more for a new website. I do have a problem because I think it's a waste of money when we have other places to utilize those resources. So I just want the minutes tonight to reflect that that was the statement I was making on the 3rd.
Alright.
I didn't get everything you said in the beginning, so can you give me a written thing of?
Well, I'm not, that's why I pay my taxes, because you guys are representing us.
I know, but I
You're
don't,
taking the minutes. It's real simple, Allison.
okay, I'll just say that you don't support a website.
I don't support investing money in a website when the town has other needs. So that's more concise and general and
Okay.
speaks to the spirit of what I had to say. And I congratulate you for at least reaching out to an architect, and that's a good thing, cause that'll expedite getting something out there.
Give you direction.
And Ted makes a good point, it's not just Epsom. Most communities right now are having a difficult time getting enough bidders to bid on their projects. They're coming in with less people or higher numbers than they anticipated with just a few numbers, and I think that's one of the things right now is so few people, and it's known out there that aren't bidding, that people aren't sharpening their pencils, you know.
Thank you, Ross.
State of New Hampshire in the month of October posted 17,000 job openings. We just don't have the people with the skills right now. That's how many went on in October. We're the second lowest in the nation right now for unemployment. So it just shows you the times are changing.
Yep.
You know,
Agreed.
and that's it.
Okay. Leo?
Yeah, well, as far as having to make a motion to get the lawyer in, no, this is a separate situation where you're hiring tonight you hired this architect, is what you did, right?
In essence, yes.
Yeah, so he's gonna come here for an hour and talk to you, and then he's gonna write that up. That's what you did, you hired the architect, which is a good thing, yes. But anyways, I wanted to know about that fence I just heard about tonight. What kind of fence, plastic fence are we getting there?
Similar to what we have over at,
Pages.
Pages
And
and
And you think those are nice?
Yeah,
You kidding me?
no, they're fine.
You got no taste, buddy. I mean, it just,
That's your opinion.
yeah, but I mean, it's a, you told me last week, the gate, you wanted a nice gate because you got a nice fence out front, now you're gonna put a plastic one on the side. I mean, what's wrong with like split rail or something at least, you know? Be way cheaper, I don't think it cost, what was that, $9,000?
That 9,000, I don't think was just for the fence, I think it was also for the gate
Yeah.
included.
Gates, yeah, well, that wouldn't be a plastic gate there
No.
either,
No,
you know? I think it's kinda like crazy. That doesn't even make any sense to me. I see in the budget, you got no money for repairing the stones. Wouldn't that be more important?
That's what we have, the warrant article money, we still have that.
Yeah, I know that we discussed that last week.
Right.
So what happens is you can't do all of them with that money, right?
we'll do quite a
We'll do
bit,
quite a
actually,
bit,
we've
yeah.
already done quite a bit.
Yeah, well, I don't think you can scratch the surface when you start working on those big stones.
Well, we'll
That's
see.
why it's a 5-year project,
Yeah.
for a 5-year
Okay,
warrant
so in
article.
5 years, you gotta get more money, 10,000 more or whatever, you know? That's,
Possibly.
you know, I mean, that's my point, it's like, I don't understand the fence over there. I really don't, that doesn't, especially if it's gonna be a plastic fence like the ugly one out in the east cemetery, that doesn't even make any sense to me. But I'm just telling you what I think, I'm a taxpayer, I get the chance to tell you that, and, you know, I mean, not because I'm patting myself on the back, that looks like it belongs in town.
Yeah.
That, to me, what you're proposing doesn't seem like it's gonna fit the look of the town at all.
Duly noted.
Hmm?
Duly noted. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Frank? Alrighty then.